So while we're in the garage and we don't have a lot of glare, you'll be able to see the instrumentation on this vehicle. We can talk about that just a little bit. Make sure our audio is off. We'll turn the climate control down. So we got tire pressure up here. I'm going to get rid of that. This here is a kind of our efficiency gauge. I'm going to reset the distance. You'll notice this is average. I could explain that in the future, but for now we'll just... This gives us our estimated range, minimum range, maximum range, because range is affected quite a bit by how you drive the vehicle and weather conditions and stuff like that, much more so than a regular internal combustion engine, gas or diesel vehicle. So General Motors or Chevrolet gives you a range, which this is pretty accurate. This vehicle is very accurate as far as range goes. So right now we're a little over a 50% state of charge and we got 101 miles of range. This car is EPA rated at 238. We've got, what we're at about, it says 55 degrees in here in the garage, but once we get outside it's about 40 degrees. That's going to affect temperature, or the temperature is going to affect battery and range quite a bit. So, but the vehicle is started, in case you didn't know that. It's all powered up. Any hybrid electric vehicle, you're going to have what's called a ready light. That lets you know that this vehicle is ready to move. It's ready to go reverse or drive. So I'm going to go ahead and put it in reverse and we'll take it for a little drive so you can hear and feel what it sounds like. The car is pretty quiet and I'm going to give it a quick little acceleration here. So you can hear what it sounds like. It's like a whirring noise from the electric motor. This thing is pretty peppy. Contrary to what people might think about hybrid electric vehicles, these full electric vehicles are very peppy, very quick off the line. One of the advantages of electric vehicles is the electric motors, is they have what's called torque, high torque right from 0 RPM. In other words, at dead stop, you hit the accelerator, they have a lot of torque. Whereas gasoline and diesel engines, they do have torque, but you have to rev the engines up a little bit to get them, and so there's a delay. Transmissions have to shift. There's no transmission shifting here. This is a single speed transmission, so if I want to go faster, I just spin the electric motor faster. If I want to go slow, I slow down and I put less electricity to the electric motor and the vehicle slows down and goes into regen. So hopefully this was enough of a ride for you to experience or get an idea what it's like to ride an electric vehicle. And when we get back to the garage, we'll talk about charging. The charge port on this vehicle is right here. There's actually two different parts to this charge port. There's the top part here, which is called the J1772, and then and that's for what's called level 1 or level 2 charging. And then if we want to fast charge this, we use the entire portion of this. So this usually stays up unless we're at a public fast charge station, and then we pull this down and the connector that we bring in is going to encompass all of that. So you have, I just mentioned level 1 and level 2 charging. Level 1 charging, if you'll follow me on, level 1 charging is, I pulled this charger out of the back of the car. This is that EVSE I talked about, electric vehicle service equipment. Every electric vehicle has a plug-in on it. It's going to come with a charger. This one here, I have it plugged into a 110 outlet, and this is what comes with the vehicle. This is level 1. Level 1 is incredibly slow. You're going to get about 5 miles of range an hour. And if you remember, that vehicle is EPA rated at 238 miles. If you do the math, it's going to take, like a day to charge this vehicle up on 110. So the reason why these are with the vehicle is as an emergency. If you can't find a public charge station and you're out and about and you need to plug in somewhere, 110 outlets are readily available. Other chargers are not so. So this is level 1, 110 volts, regular outlet on any household outlet. We can plug this in, and this is just going to go into the top portion of this. You'll hear some click beeping. Now, this vehicle is actually not charging right now. We actually have this vehicle set up to start charging at 7 p.m. when our electricity rates go down. So that's what the blinking light represents. That light will blink variously. If it's yellow, it means it's really discharged and it's connecting to the car. If it's green, it's going to blink at different rates, and the different rates going to tell you where you're at. So this right now, it's not actually charging, it's on standby. So this is level 1 charging. We don't ever use this. This just stays in the trunk of the car, and we just keep it in there for emergency backup. Now, in one of my previous vehicles or videos, I mentioned that, I think I mentioned, this month, we've been driving an electric vehicle for 7 years. 7 years ago, we got this charge station when we had Nissan Leafs. We had a 2013 Nissan Leaf and a 2016 Nissan Leaf that we leased, and we no longer had either one of those vehicles, and this charger we got for that. Now, if you want some advice, this one is hardwired into the wall. I would never do that again. I would get a charger that's got a plug on it and plug it into a 240 volt outlet. This would be the same outlet that if you have an electric dryer you would use. It's called a NEMA 1450, a plug-in outlet. So, but the connector here is the same. This is level 2. This is gonna, and so I mean I can just plug it in. It's gonna do the same thing as the previous one did, except now you can see our charger is connected, some different lights lit up, but it's still gonna wait until 7 o'clock tonight to start charging because that's the way we have the car programmed inside the car. This is level 2, 240 volt, double the voltage of the 110. This will charge approximately 20 miles per hour of range, so a lot faster, like 3 or 4 times faster. So this vehicle, if it was completely dead, it would charge in about 8 to 10 hours overnight. I don't know exactly how much, but I think about 8 hours, and it would charge completely. If it was completely dead, all the way to fully charged. That's about how long it would take. The third level charge is level 3, and that's a public fast charging, and that's, like I said before, where we use this entire connector. Those will charge the vehicle. This vehicle would charge in about an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours if it's cold out, but it would take just a couple hours, not overnight. But usually when you use a public charge station, you're using just enough charge to get to your destination, which is usually to get home or something like that. So, that's how we charge our vehicle.